Licensed and funded account, please. Oh my god. Let's turn that nonsense off. Let's get into this video. Boom! How to become profitable 101. So, a lot of people don't really have this clarity of how to get to A to B, and the only way people see that is through getting a mentor or buying a course, which I'm throwing away that whole concept today, and I'm going to be just giving straight sauce for free. Let's get right into it. I have it broken into two parts. These are just the general framework, and then I'm going to start off with mindset. Alright, number one, time. Time is on your side when you're getting into trading. It is just like any other skill. It's going to take 1+ years, 2+ years. Everyone's timeline is different, but you have to remember that time is on your side, and no matter how long it takes, all you are doing is refining yourself every day and getting better. Boom. That one's out of the way. Number two. What is that? Not gambling. People get this idea that the markets are random and that when you're trading, due to you not having 100% guaranteed winning probability, that it is considered gambling, when instead it is the exact opposite. When you're going into trading, you do not want to have this mindset that you're going to be gambling, or else it's going to lead you down a way darker road than this can. Alright, simplified that one. Get out of the way. Patience. You need to be patient in this journey of trading because becoming profitable is not an overnight thing. It's not an easy thing. Less than, I'd say, 5% of people that get into this, that consistently stay in it, can become profitable over a long period of time. You just need to keep that in the back of your mind, knowing that if you show up every day, you're already doing better than the person next to you. Alright, the bigger picture. So what is the bigger picture? When you're going into something like trading and becoming profitable, you want to know, what are your goals? What are you aiming for? Why are you doing this? Right? Like, if I wanted to start trading to, I don't know, let's say buy more healthy food, boom, that's my why. Because if I don't make this work, then I can't buy more healthy food. You need to create that reward system in your brain to help you stay disciplined in order to achieve your goals. Just remember, what are you aiming for? Without a clear target, you're not going to be shooting straight. Think about that one. Bang, number 5, it's this or that. This kind of stems back into the entrepreneur mindset. If you do not make this work out, what is your worst case? And in some cases, your worst case is someone's best case. So, give this your all. Put in all the hours, put in all the effort, learn as much as you can. Think, if I can't make this work out, I'm going to be stuck in that horrible same position I was, and I will not have an escape. Think about it like that, and it will push you way harder than your why, because you're not going to want to be stuck where you were. As humans, we want to progress and keep the ball rolling. So, just think about it like that. Alright, we got that fluff out of the way, as it is important, but I think the system part of it is also important. Let's go into information. So, when getting your information online, there's a lot of course selling, mentorships, just people farming YouTube ads and just overall clicks that aren't even profitable or good traders or giving out good information, or it's just recycled information. When you're getting your information, you want to, I probably spent most of my time looking into information because that was the hardest part, because you see A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all different types of ideas of the market, different strategies, different like concepts that just conflict and makes things really difficult. I would recommend learning concepts about liquidity and then figure out an entry model using liquidity based ideas. But the information part is more about what do you understand as a trader and how are you going to implement it in your day-to-day when you're seeing the markets. Because to simplify it, really all it is Your strategy should be something so simple that you understand and that you can't mess it up because you're confused with conflicting interests when you're entering. All right, got that out of the way. Two, the model. All that really is just more stemming back to the information part of this. When you're finding a model, you want to find something that makes sense to you, that you could replicate over X amount of data, and that you could just see it in the market day in, day out, all the time. Just something that's not confusing. All right. Number 3, paper. So once you have this information and this model, what do you do with it? You want to start paper trade. Three is three right there are kind of connected. Paper trading and back testing, I would say, is gonna be what is going to help you become profitable. Knowing your entry model, how to risk properly, just knowing this, not actually what you're trading, but how to actually trade, is going to progress you way further than if you're just staring at the market with sitting on your hands, not doing anything about it. With paper trading and back testing, though, you really want to start figuring out like how your strategy performs in certain conditions, how it works. You need to start putting rules, building your own model with the entry model that you've gotten, if that makes sense. And then from that, you want to get data. I'd recommend 1 to 2 years of data, back tested, profitable, right? Profitable data. And when you're back testing, you want it to be like serious back testing. You want to, if it were actually live markets, because you're not really gaining anything if you're just over leveraging, not risking properly, just gambling, just not going at it seriously. All right, and then from this data, you will understand your risk. And what do I mean by that? Once you understand your average risk to reward, you will understand how much money you could lose or how many trades in a row you can lose before you blow an account. It's pretty simple. Once you have the data, you could honestly just chat GPT how many losses you could lose in a row until your account's gone. Bang. And then from this, once you have that data, once you have that back testing and forward testing paper, what are you going to do? You're a robot. What does that mean, though? What does being a robot mean, huh? So, being a robot pretty much means you're no longer acting out of emotion and you're executing as if you were a robot. So, to make it simple, right? The way I trade specifically, my entries are very mechanical, but my overall where the market is going is sort of discretionary, but I still see it in a robot's point of view because it's kind of what makes sense to me, and that's what works for me. Really, all it is when you connect mindset and system, once you understand that you're not gambling, you're going to risk properly. If this doesn't work out, you're screwed. You'll start risking properly. You'll start taking trades that make sense to you, not necessarily. You'll be missing out on some because you're like, my edge, I don't really like this trade, or just your own data. Really, that's all it is. Once you have that back tested data, you start seeing things that maybe other people don't see. Like you could have the exact same entry model, same information as someone else, but you guys take completely different trades. That's because you guys are not the same people, and you have your own discretion. It's really all it is to become profitable. I would say once you combine these two, and then you start using prop firms, or this is more futures niche, but once you start using prop firms, you could start really stacking capital. And then you start figuring it out on your own from there, because once you have the core framework, once you have the foundation, there's nothing really more to learn, to be honest. It's just more market data. All right, though. I'm gonna end this video. It was a good video today. Should be pretty helpful. Put the fun in the bag. I don't know what else to talk about. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I don't know. That's it. Good luck to everybody. Comment any questions if you need help with anything. TikTok and Instagram should be down below. I have a few other YouTube videos. I'm gonna just try to crank out some more before I go back to college, finish off this semester. But yeah, that's it for me. Peace.